Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Banjos and Eyes weekly tarot card reading. It's around 10:30 a.m. this Sunday morning here in San Antonio, Texas. How you doing? How was last week's reading for y'all? Did it work out? Did it not work out? Did it not apply? Maybe I was 2 weeks ahead of time. I'm just saying, maybe. If it wasn't really helpful last week, maybe it's this week was last week's, and maybe this week is 2 weeks from now. Maybe. Anyway, how y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing well. Banjo's playing on the bed right now. Did a little feng shui. Got the same setup. I don't have a candle going, which, scent I think is really helpful in, I don't know, ambiance. So, no candle today, but I have a black cherry flavored sparkling water from HEB, and I think the black cherry, even though it's not a scent, it's just kind of, I guess, the vibes there today. So whatever that means to you. Benja's being very distracting. Let me show y'all him 1 second. Benja, what are you doing? Tell Coach Papa Benja. You got the treat? As soon as I put the camera on him, he stops. He's got his treat and he's just rolling around on it. Anyway. So black cherry vibes today, but it's a sparkling water, so I guess cups instead of the flame wands scent. I just put that together right now. Anyway, as you can see, I got the dog tarot. I decided to do the dog tarot today. So bear with me while I reference the book every now and again. Of course, I got my drawing and all that. Anyway, here's today's makeup. I did the makeup just now. Got a pink, red, purple, a hint of an eyebrow, and I might leave it. I don't know. I just really liked how cool these. It's cloudy here in San Antonio, Texas, so it's a bit dark. So I have to turn on my light. The lighting is different also. I'm not sure which element that would be. I thought it looked cool with these glasses, but my makeup doesn't look so bad. Anyway, I might take off my glasses at some point in time. Thank you, Shoni. Anyway, so it's almost February. It's the end of January, almost February. We're going from a very work ethic, for lack of a better word, workaholic, work oriented, work dedicated Capricorn to very emotional Aquarius. Banjo's an Aquarius. He's distracting me right now. I wish I could show him, but he just stops when I do that. Anyway, so we're transitioning from the work dedicated, work oriented Capricorn to very emotional, very emotional. And again, it might look different on people, but just know that Aquarius season is very emotional. The water sign. And that's just what we're dealing with. So in the midst of that transition, I guess can be this week's tarot card readings theme. Capricorn, I think, is Earth, but I could be mistaken. Don't quote me on it. But I know for sure Aquarius. Um, Not, the water bear is the water element. Um, anyway, so kind of a tough transition, but I guess maybe you can say that about a lot of things. I think is it Aquarius, and then maybe is it Aries that's after Aquarius? I'm not sure. Anyway, we're not there yet. Anyway, so quite a bit of a transition there, but those are the planets, and obviously there are some things that we can burdens that we don't have to bear, weight that we don't have to carry. um, I think the transition difficulties should be left to the planets instead of maybe for us. I think maybe we just can kind of notice the change, but in kind of like a background music type of way, not necessarily in your face. This is what you should be feeling. We go from hot to cold type situation. Um, I like the Capricorn. I think even though the Capricorn is uh, sometimes known as the last sign in the zodiac, I think it's actually the first sign in the zodiac. Um, but I could be mistaken. Anyway, I haven't brushed up on my zodiac. It's just my mom, Tracy and Kimmy, we were hanging out yesterday, and we were talking about the zodiac, um, astrology, and also the Chinese zodiac too, which I'm not sure if they're associated with a constellation. So if you know anything about that, feel free to let us know, because we were talking about it yesterday. Um, so anyway, um, I like the Capricorn. There's this new monkey at the zoo, a little baby monkey. Um, I forget the name of the species, but it's one of those all black monkeys, and they just have like a white stripe right here, both male and female. So it's not a gibbon, it's a different species. Anyway, there's a little baby, and the little baby's yellow, and so I call him half goat, half fish. That's my name. I know at the zoo they have official names, and they're usually people names. But if you're wondering, I named animals at the zoo. And so for the new baby, I forget the species of monkey, but for the new baby monkey, I say that one's called half goat, half fish. Because of Capricorn season, um, um, and Aquarius is the water bearer, which is very interesting. We see the Aquarius a lot in the Crow Tarot. I think maybe in the Wheel of Fortune we see the Aquarius, and maybe also the World Major Arcana deck cards. And the water bearer Aquarius, she usually has some sort of, I don't know, pot or something. I don't know which shoulder. One shoulder she's carrying a pot, and the water is just like a fountain, I guess, and the water just goes down. In case you're not familiar with the imagery of Aquarius. One of the few constellations, I guess, one of the few constellations where it's like a person that's depicted. I'm a Gemini, and oftentimes when a Gemini is depicted. It's the twins. I think there's the water bearer and the wheat bearer, which is Virgo, and then Gemini, the twins. So I guess about like a fourth of the what do you call it? Zodiac signs are human. So I think that's interesting. Especially considering how people like the universe and stuff like that. I think um, a lot of other places, maybe other than America, people really respect like the different animals and stuff like that. Um, I don't know if y'all seen that picture. It's like the humans in the middle and all the animals are around in a circle, and then next to it, the humans at the top of the triangle and all the animals are at the bottom. I'm not saying one way is wrong or anything like that. I'm just saying it's just kind of interesting. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's it. I was just gonna try to expand on how I think it's interesting that it's human for the water bearer and the wheat bearer, and also known as the Virgin. So I think as far as all that goes, Mary, the Guadalupe, I think that is also interesting too, because she's also known. That's also what one of her names is. Um, and also, side note, I think it's cool to. I think one of the, from what I can tell, of course, it may be different because there could have been a lot of traveling and stuff like that. But um, I think one of the cool things about living in today, 2025, is our quick access to information, including all the different kind of religions and spirituality, and just seeing and obviously interpreting that and seeing what's similar, what's not, and all that. I think is a cool thing that we can do living today. But yeah, I think it's interesting about the people, the twins. I don't like them being depicted on my sign as a person, but um, uh, yeah, most of the time it is, and I guess that's okay. Anyway, so I guess yeah, astrology talk to begin this video. This week's tarot card video. There's already been two sets of people walking down the street because I live in a completely normal neighborhood where people buy and rent houses. Certainly not me because I can't afford it, but other people can afford it and they don't mind walking down the street. I already saw earphones today, so I was taking Chase to work. So walking, not running, obviously. Anyway, now that they got their attention, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. We have Aquarius season and obviously Valentine's Day, which I think that's fine. I don't know. It's always kind of fun to celebrate. I think when I was going in public school, like elementary, middle, and high school, it was a little bit more like obligatory, not by the school or anything, but just by like social community standards. It's just what people did. Um, and we would, all the girls in my family would get a bouquet of flowers from my dad, being the only male in the family. So that was nice. Um, and other than that, I guess Valentine's Day has never really been a really big holiday that I celebrated, except, of course, that all changed in 2021 for me. So now I really like Valentine's Day, and it's a holiday, a special holiday to look forward to. Um, so I personally have very positive and pleasant vibes around Valentine's Day. Saint Valentine. Valentine's actually Saint Valentine. I don't know if you know this. I don't know much about it. Maybe I'll put the Wikipedia link in the description box. Uh, in case you want to know more about it. I think Wikipedia is a really great starting point for a lot of stuff. Because having all that access to all kinds of information, it's really great to just kind of like have somewhere to start. Anyway, I guess I'll go ahead and do the doghouse today. Seeing as we're doing the dog tarot. What else? Ooh. I can't shuffle today. Yeah, so is Valentine's Day just kind of like an American thing? Is it just a Western Hemisphere thing? Does Valentine's Day anything for y'all? Where we're all from? Feel free to let us know. Let me and Banjo know, because we'll be able to see the comments at some point in time in the future. Oh, this was my Valentine's Day painting, in case you didn't know. I'm pretty sure I posted it on my Instagram. Maybe my other one that I got locked out of. And they're still trying to kick me out. They locked me out of my Instagram, and now they're trying to kick me out. Just kidding, but kind of for real. Yeah, it's just a spider in a web of hearts. Yeah. I guess we'll go ahead and get started. I guess I kind of rambled on a lot, so I appreciate y'all listening. It is the 18 and a half minute mark. I guess I'll also include that in the description box. The tarot card reading officially begins at 18 minutes and 45 seconds. Continue, number. And you know what? I'm not gonna flip a card just yet. May do that at the end. Okay, so y'all can't see these the future and outcome just yet. So I think that's interesting. Okay. I guess I'm finally ready to get started. I would be waiting on y'all, but you know, here we are. Anyway, let me get just a sip of water. I used to only like Topo Chico, sparkling water. I guess there's not minerals in it. It's not mineral water. carbonated water beverage. But Kimmy would get the spark. Okay, I guess I'm not done. A little bit more waiting. Um, Kimmy would get those HEB sparkling water. They have different flavors. And I tried one and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not a Topo Chico, but I like it. Anyway, I would offer y'all some if y'all were here. Anyway, especially considering they're very inexpensive. The Fool reversed. This is such a pleasant card. Right? It's a little bit different than the Cat Tarot. The Cat Tarot was a little bit more emphasis on the Joker, Jester kind of theme. But in this Dog Tarot, it's just a little lab or the fur is kind of long, I don't know. Golden Retriever, maybe. With a cute little leash with white roses and it's pink on a nice pleasant day. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look. In the Crow Tarot, the element of the Fool is air. Okay, so an emphasis on not a lot of overthinking going on. Things are what they are. There's, upright, it's a lot of questions. Upright, it says this dog's very loyal. Is it put in the right place? And other questions like that, of course, because it's Puppy Tarot. So take that for what you will. One second. Oh, my apologies. So upright, it's kind of like usually, I guess, how I evaluate the tarot. You see me evaluate the tarot cards a lot. A lot of symbolism, a lot of, I guess, communication with all of these symbols within the imagery of these tarot decks. But reversed, it says it's a beautiful day, and maybe there's overthinking about the white roses mean optimism, and the leash is a relationship and connection. Reverse is just this is a nice day with a cute puppy and a cute leash. So that's interesting. That's in the past. Let's see what's in the future or present. Oh, this card, the Seven of Cups. Y'all know, if you remember, if you've seen my videos, then you'll know that I really like the Seven of Cups. It's a very philosophical card in the Dog Tarot, but don't fret. In the Dog Tarot, the leashes are the symbolism of the cups, not necessarily like a cup or a food bowl. Here you see this dog with a lot of leashes, and he's looking at the fish in the koi pond. Of course, as you can guess, I love the koi fish, and this little dog reminds me of Indy, my sister's dog Indy. She's a water dog, and she'll, when we take her to the McNay where there's koi fish ponds, she'll go and she'll look at the fish, which is really cute to see. So anyway, for this little dog tarot, you see this dog just really enjoying other creatures and animals and its environment. And as far as philosophy goes, I'm not saying that's a requirement, but it does kind of match this reversed Fool card. If uh, the perspective of the Seven of Cups is a kind of a philosophical meaning. A lot of questions and choices. It's choices. And that's that. I guess that's why I call it a philosophy card. Um, I don't know if you've ever studied any philosophy or anything like that, or read a book by a philosopher, but a lot of the times, it's philosophy is about asking a question, which leads to another question, which leads to another question, which leads to another question, but it's on the quest of gaining knowledge and information. Um, and I can't remember which book. It might be Zen in the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, but I could be wrong. But one book that I read says um, the best philosophy or philosophers are the ones where you ask all these questions. You kind of go on this mental and intellectual quest, and then you kind of end up where you started and even wonder why you asked the question. Because sometimes when you have like those chats, that's what happens. You end up right where you started. um, which could also be compared to like meditation and stuff like that. I would say it's not time wasted, but in physics, that would be you start at the location hasn't changed, you haven't done any work. Um, but I would say here the location has changed. So as far as physics go, this our journey this week and our tarot card reading, we've done some work. Um, and there's a lot of questions here. So, as far as this little dog, it makes me wonder like, are the fish asking the questions? Is the dog asking the questions? And, stuff like that, especially considering the cups nature of this card. So, a nice past and a very pleasant present. We're getting the indie deck today, indie tarot card reading today. So, we have the Four of Wands, um, and this one's very interesting. We get this card upright today, and the Four of Wands in Cat Tarot says is known to be one of the happiest cards in the Minor Arcana deck. However, in the Dog Tarot, it doesn't translate. It's not necessarily the same. Um, One second. Okay, sorry about that. Um, so yeah, in the Dog Tarot, the Four of Wands isn't necessarily the happiest card in the Minor Arcana deck, but there is similarities with the animal or being out in the nature and the greenery. Um, this is about having your own space, having a garden in which you tend, um, and I personally like it. I think I see a garden and I see a dog, and obviously, those are great things. Okay, a perfect balance between work and play. That's our hidden influence today, um, which is interesting. That's hidden. Um, So a very again reverse full card. What you see is what you get. This little dog is hidden in this little garden, so symbolizing balance and harmony. So I guess the hidden influence maybe could also be Capricorn, Aquarius vibes going on. So very pleasant so far. That's great. I love this card. A little Ace of Pentacles here, upright, and this is the obstacle. The Ace of Pentacles is a really great card to get, especially upright, and considering the spread, sometimes reversed too. What a cute little puppy. He's got one brown eye, one blue eye. He's got this one ball here, and a cute pit bull type dog. He has a leash collar, so here in this dog tarot that symbolizes the cups and the water elements. So that's great. The pentacle is the ball. Is often depicted as this ball, and you can see the star there. In this dog tarot, and it seems like what is missing is the wand element, which is depicted as sticks, and the sword element, which is depicted as food in this dog tarot. So we got a bit of water pentacle type vibes going on, which again may be Capricorn, Aquarius. Yeah, an Ace of Pentacles is great. It's the being offered a chance to do something new in the material realm. So obviously with career, finance, and stuff like that. It says a business partnership. So yeah, new opportunities is what this dog tarot little Ace of Pentacle is. And he's very happy with this one ball that he has. So very interesting. That's the obstacle today. And upright. So maybe somebody is upset that we're getting offered this new opportunity, especially considering this hidden influence is this balance and harmony between work and play. Maybe presently somebody sees doesn't see the I guess material gain in being so philosophical, and might be upset about this Ace of Pentacles, new beginning, new opportunity. That's very materialistic focused going on. I guess considering that the Ace of Pentacles is in the obstacle right here for us today. Yeah, so I guess looking out for signs of treachery, signs of jealousness, and maybe not just signs, but evidence of, because there might be some concealment there too. This work and balance is very interesting in this hidden influence. Anyway, the outside influence is this Five of Wands here, reversed. You see these two puppies, and they're playing with a stick. And they're outside. I forget what the Five of Wands is, so I'm going to have to read the description. Oh, no, a bit of conflict. So interesting that it's the wands here. I think usually the five in conflict is usually with the swords, the air element. And it kind of has the same meaning, upright and reversed. So there's conflict upright and there's conflict reversed. These are two puppies. It says there can be a bit of aggressiveness, which whenever I've seen puppies play, there hasn't been any aggressiveness. So I think that's kind of interesting. I think maybe maybe not a fully developed kind of maybe new to experiences, and thus having a bit of aggressive, as the puppy being aggressive, maybe a lack of emotional maturity is what this puppy aggressiveness can symbolize. Again, both upright and reversed. Um, Upright says you need to know what's yours, and be protective of what's yours, and that's that. If something's not yours, you should not go after it. Reversed, however, which is what we have today, um, which again is, I think, would be very much connected to this reversed Fool card. Is about compromise through conflict. Sometimes, especially considering these are puppies, there might be the possibility of, I don't want to say naivety, but there might be the appearance of, because that just might be a go-to avenue for somebody who, in this tarot card reading, is symbolized by an aggressive puppy mentality. Um, so, finding compromise in conflict is the outside influence, and I think this is really interesting. Um, really interesting spread we have today. Um, so I guess I would also be wary of the compromise of the conflict, especially considering the immaturity of a puppy aggressive kind of playing, and also the play and hard work. I guess is probably not emphasized and balanced and harmony with this card. So we have a bit of a negative outside influence today. I'll see y'all in part 2, since we got 2 more cards to go. Oh, it's at the 48. I'll just end it now and then start another one. 1 second.